This girl became viral in 2018 for being cute and attractive. Isabella Guzman, 18 years old at that time, gained a massive following on TikTok from people who idolized her pretty face and funny gestures. Disturbingly, behind her innocent look was a murderer who locked up her mother in the bathroom and stabbed her 151 times while her father helplessly witnessed everything from the outside.
Police are now looking for this woman. They're calling her a suspect in a deadly stabbing overnight.
This is Isabella Guzman. She's accused of stabbing her mother in the face and neck more than 150 times.
Isabella Guzman, 18 years old. This is the woman police are looking for.
Today on Crime Diaries, we head to Aurora, Colorado to explore the case of the TikTok famous cute but psycho Isabella Guzman. Isabella Guzman was born on June 1, 1995 in Aurora, Colorado. She is the only child of the photographers Yun-Mi Hoi and Robert Guzman. Her parents divorced when she was 5 years old, and they started noticing that her personality changed badly. She became irritated, fidgety, and oftentimes showed a rude demeanor. After her parents split, Isabella stayed with her mother while her father lived in an apartment that was close to their house. A few months after the divorce, her mother remade her life and had a relationship with a man named Ryan Hoy. This made Isabella absolutely furious. She believed that everything in her life had been a lie. She thought that her mother had betrayed her and that she had never been truly loved by her father. This made Isabella and her mother's daily lives miserable. They constantly argued and made the environment awful. When she was 7 years old, they made the decision that she would temporarily live with her father. Every time that she was with her father, she acted very differently, showing love and concern. He made an effort to convince Isabella that she shouldn't mistreat her mother and that she should show her respect. Days of living with her father seemed like things would get better. She calmed down, and so they decided that she would live with her mother again. Unfortunately, things changed over time, and she started acting up again, this time more nastily. She continued thinking about the divorce and hated Ryan Hoy's relationship with her mother. Their everyday arguing slowly resumed, and she started complaining about everything. When she turned 14, her parents thought it would be a good idea for her to start spending a few hours with their business. This would allow her to make more money and spend more time with her father. However, she didn't like the concept and hardly went to work. Isabella was struggling academically as well. She went against her mother's wishes for her, who wanted her to attend college and have a successful future. She regularly skipped classes and never studied. Isabella started acting disobediently and treating her mother badly. She stopped studying in her adolescent years because she didn't want to do anything with her life. On August 27, 2013, Isabella and her mother had the worst argument, which made everything worse. Her mother refused to feed her food because she became violent physically. Her mother tried to talk sense into her daughter, but she took it very badly. That very night, she sent her mother a very threatening email saying, "You will pay." The next day, her mother read the email and was horrified by what it contained. She showed it to her husband Ryan and decided to call the police. The police talked and left a warning to Isabella, saying that she was already 18 years old and her parents might end up kicking her out if she continued with her attitude. The police then decided that since Isabella complied with them and promised to never do it again, it wasn't necessary to make an arrest. In an attempt to finally calm their daughter down, her mother requested her ex-husband Robert to make an effort to reason with Isabella. Robert convinced Isabella to change her attitude since she's already an adult and she should start behaving for her own good. He thought that he had succeeded after persuading Isabella, and his expectations of Isabella finally improving were very high. All of these hopes were nothing but far from reality. After a few minutes, when Isabella's mother got home from work, Ryan Hoy overheard a lady screaming in the restroom. He hurried to see what was going on because the screams were so terrifying. He realized that the screams were coming from Isabella's mom, Yun, from inside the restroom. She called for his name and asked for help. Frustratingly, he was unable to come through because the restroom was locked. The woman inside remained screaming as he waited for police to arrive after making the call. Before the cops arrived, the door suddenly opened and he immediately heard the word Jehovah, Isabella's mother's final word. Isabella exited the restroom carrying a knife and was coated in blood. She didn't even stop to glance at her stepfather. Her expression was lifeless. Out of sheer desperation, Ryan ran in to help Yun, who had numerous wounds. With cuts and wounds all over her face and neck, she was completely unrecognizable. She had 150 wounds in total, and when the ambulance arrived, all they could do was declare her dead. When the police arrived, Isabella had already left her home. A large police team was sent to find her since she was still carrying the murder weapon and she might do worse acts. They attempted to track her phone in order to locate her, but they were unable to do so since her phone was undetected. They spent a lot of time trying to find her until they received a call from the Aurora Police Department on August 29, 2013, saying that a local citizen found her in a car garage. They rushed to the area to investigate and eventually found a young lady who matched the description. They took Isabella into custody right away. Her first trial was held on September 6th of the same year. The tapes documenting Isabella's unusual conduct that were captured on trial that day spread quickly, especially on TikTok. The young woman acted erratically, made expressions, and displayed her handcuffs as if they were accessories in the videos. These videos amassed hundreds of millions of views, and some people found the footage cute, idolizing her despite the heinous crime that she had done to her own mother. Some even demanded that she should be released as she was too pretty for prison. This resulted in various criticisms on how TikTok poisons people's judgment, legitimizing that a person's looks could justify a murder. The judge ordered a mental evaluation for her after observing her behavior, and it was determined that she had paranoid schizophrenia. It was found out that she was hallucinating when she killed her mother. According to her doctors, Isabella didn't know that she was attacking her mother and thought that she was fighting a girl named Cecilia, who she had to stab to save the world. She was then transported to a mental hospital. In Isabella's interview on August 2nd, 2021, she said, "I was not myself when I did that, and I have since been restarted to full health. I was abused at home by my family for many years. My parents are Jehovah's Witnesses, and I left the religion when I was 14, and the abuse at home worsened after I quit. The fight with my mom was terrible, and I was injured in the process. I have scars on my hands. I don't know if you can see it or not. I'm not mentally ill anymore, and I'm not a danger to myself or others. If I could change it, or if I could take it back, I would." Even though the judge said that Isabella shouldn't be in prison because her acts happened due to a mental illness, her ruling meant that she may never be released from the mental health facility. Isabella's life is a story of how a broken family can turn an angel into a demon. It also shows how rotten our society has become, as some people justify crimes by the murderer's physical looks. What are your thoughts about the case of Isabella Guzman? Tell us in the comment section. Also, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to get the latest updates. This has been Crime Diaries, and until next time, don't be another statistic.